Hiya! Welcome to today's edition of Caddy's Corner. I finally got my desk set up so I actually can just have my phone on the stand and I have two hands. Whoop whoop whoop. It's very exciting. Checking in here on a Friday. It is in the late afternoon and I spent the day getting a lot of stuff done. I've been really working hard to get through some like old paperwork and old stuff and old tasks and little things I meant to send here and there and do here and there and the computer, and I've had some phone calls. That's just an update on what I've been up to. Today I wanted to talk to you about though, I just keep thinking about other times in life when things have been like this for other humans. I was very young. I can't remember when or why. It wasn't like it was a required reading. I used to just go to the library and grab stuff off the shelf, and it's like Diary of Anne Frank. Who's she? I don't know. And so I grabbed it, and I was obsessed with her. If you don't know the story, it's a young girl who survived through World War II until she got to a concentration camp by living in like something like 40 square feet or something with like a whole family, and there was a one woman and man who would come and bring them food. And she like took any scrap of paper that she could find. She kept this diary, and it's actually, I think, at this point worth rereading again in life. But that's not the only case. There have been other pandemics. There have been other wars. We do not know when this battle is going to end. And we don't know what world we're going to step out to when we do. My friend and I today were talking about, will we ever shake hands with anyone ever again? Will the practice of saying, "Hi, I'm Caddy," just be when you meet somebody new? That's done. I'll have to come up with a new thing. I think we should go with a namaste, like a little bow. So I have been working very hard and trying to really stay consistent with practices in my life, doing Tai Chi and reading and journaling and writing and coloring and singing and connecting with people and working out and eating right. And like, it's like I'm a little engine chugging up the hill. But one thing that's been a little kind of graspy piece of it, I can't control much in the world right now. I can't go out and work. I can't go visit family. I can't travel. I can't spend money. And so I'm trying to really sit in what I want to learn and make sure that I'm using the gift. I have to see this as a gift of time. I'm not saying that nobody, especially people who have families to run, there is no time in the day, right? But I have been on a bender for about 5 years of anywhere from work hours being 60 to 80 a week, and then a lot more time trying to sort out, fix, and grow and recover myself too. And now I've got time. I've got time and you've got time. So find something to study. Do you always want to learn Spanish? Learn Spanish. Get one of those little apps. Do you always want to learn to play chess? It's a very good thing to keep your mind occupied. It helps you with critical thinking. Teach your teenagers to do it. Play chess. I don't know. There's lots of the magic of where we are now and where no other group of humans has ever been in this. The wives who were stuck here as their husbands and their sons and their fathers and their uncles and their brothers went off to World War II, had to sit here and wonder for months at a time, are they alive? Are they okay? What's happening? We at least have this magical little interaction that we can do with each other and staying in touch with not just the people that we physically live with and the people that are right on our block. So I am very grateful and thankful very often for the things I do have right now. And right now, time is one of them. So I just wanted to share this with you and tell a little story. So this is the Tao Te Ching, and otherwise known as the Tao. Some of you may have read the Pooh version of it before. But this particular book here that was translated by Ralph Allen Dale, I got this when I was working on a professional organizing gig. Husband and wife had both passed away within a few months of each other. They lived on the Upper West Side. They'd probably been in the apartment 40 plus years, if not longer. And it was pretty full. We'll just say that with a little. The apartment was pretty full. And basically, we were donating books and DVDs and CDs to a college, and pretty much everything else was going away. Super was taking some whatever. But the person who had put me on that job, I was working for another organizer had hired me. Basically said, listen, it's all going in the trash. If you want something, grab it. And so throughout the course of the 3 days I was there, I got some things. I got a singing bowl. I got an incense holder. I got some, they had a lot of books. So there was a lot of these little book racks that I got, but this is the only book I took. And I didn't look at it for a while. And then, I've been studying Tai Chi. So I was like, oh, that's a good thing. And then one day I opened it up just to take a look at it. And I saw this in here. And it was to Norman. Looking back for decades ago when we shared teaching, and looking ahead, hopefully to a time in the near future where we can share the great integrity. And that is what the Tao, it's almost a language that's not a language, but the great integrity is the coalescing of peace on earth, basically, in sort of a very, very laymanistic term. I'm sure somebody can argue that I'm not wrong. And that was from June 2005. So I looked him up, and he had already passed away, Ralph Allendale. But of course, Norman had passed away too, which is why I got the book. So I have been working to study the Tao more, and I read the commentary in there, and I've been sort of practicing the verses. So I decided, instead of, I used to just kind of Russian roulette and just flip the page and say, oh, going beyond, let's do verse 47. I'm starting to write them, and so I went to memorize them. Eventually I went to learn the entire thing. So I just thought that verse 2 would be appropriate today, and I'm going to read that to you now. We know beauty because there is ugly. We know good because there is evil. Being and not being, having and not having, create each other. Difficult and easy, long and short, high and low define each other, just as before and after follow each other. A dialect of sound gives voice to music, always transforming is from was, as the ancestors of to be. The wise teach without telling, allow without commanding, have without possessing, care without claiming. In this way, we harvest eternal importance because we never announce it. In the principles of yin and yang, there is always a good to the bad, a dark to the light. They exist because the other exists, and there is no way to remove one from the equation. So, as these days we are in are very challenging, and they challenge our relationships and our communication, our relationships with ourselves, our attitudes about where we are, our fear about money, our fear about war and the finances and people and death and loss. There's the other side of it, and you can look at one story or the other. I have been playing Yahtzee with my family every day. I've gotten to spend a lot of brushing time with Phil. I have been reading for myself, taking care of myself, feeding myself, cooking for myself, working out, and connecting in with other people. As long as I keep my energy balanced, the moments of fear and, quite honestly, anger, I'm pissed. I'm pissed that New York didn't act sooner. And by that, I say I'm pissed that the country didn't act sooner. This didn't come out of nowhere. It was happening in December, and we knew it. And so I'm mad about that. But I'm allowed to feel mad. But then I sit back and think about the times I failed in doing something. And in that moment of time, I did the best I could with the resources I had. So, if I assume best intentions, as Miss Alex D likes to always tell me to do, then everybody's doing the best that they can. We are where we are. I'm allowed to feel about it, but then I gotta let that out. I haven't been to the park to sing in a few days. I'm feeling that energy that's gotta come. So, I'm just advising you not to sit and watch Netflix and play jigsaw puzzles or Candy Crush or Fishdom or whatever all day. Set aside a little chunk of time. Do something productive. Learn something new. Work on the Tao. I don't know. It's got to be something over the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years of your life you thought, wouldn't it be nice if I had the time to... So let's keep the hope alive. Let's keep acting. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. Take it easy, y'all. Thanks for joining me in Caddyland. Bye.